Steve here from a Gunslinger Speed Shop, and today I'm going to talk to you about a concept build that I have been working on and have finalized now, and we're basically ready to go. We're just all I'm doing is waiting for a high-end client that wants a high-end car, maybe like a car collector that wants something one of one, or someone that wants a very special race car. Now, I'm going to go through it with you. Before I get into it, I'm just going to point out the reason I'm doing this video is because many people, they know that I can do custom paint. They know the work's good. They know I do metal work. They know I'm a fabricator, a panel worker, anything mechanical, race engines, performance work, motorsport engineering. We literally can do everything in this workshop, all under one roof, including the upholstery. We even have a trimmer. But a lot of people don't put these things together and realize that actually we can just build you a one-off bespoke car. Now, the concept is a 6x2 Ford Model A shell hauler. So basically a mini lorry, but set up pro street drag racing. It's quite something. There's a lot of investment involved. However, a similar sort of build, and when I say similar, same tandem axle setup truck, nowhere near what I'm going to build. That sold at auction last year for, I think it was £150,000. I'm looking for high-end clients, maybe a high-end car collector or someone that wants a very expensive pro street drag truck, something one of one, something that nobody has ever seen before, something really special. I'm going to go through the concept with you and explain a little bit about it and where I'm at. I mean, I've literally listed everything start to finish of what's involved, what parts I want to use, even down to like what fucking shifter we're using. I've done a lot. Chassis plans, chassis dimensions, the tubular bits, like everything's done. So I'm going to go through it with that. I'm going to put the picture on screen, but this is the initial sketch that I drew up of the concept. I'll also put on screen an image that a friend of mine produced from my sketch to make a realistic version of what I'm going to build, just so we can see a little bit better what it's going to look like. And it looks absolutely fantastic, like so cool. Obviously there's going to be other little accessories and tiny additions and stuff that we add in just to personalize it that little bit more, but that's the basic idea, and I think just as it is, it looks absolutely amazing. One of the main problems that I had to overcome when drawing these plans up was the steering. Now, to have a tandem axle, well, for starters, it absolutely destroys the steering because it's got two massive Pro Street wheels on the back that has so much traction, it basically would just stop you from turning the vehicle. So what I've done is I've worked out the suspension setup so that that doesn't happen. So the prop will run to the first tandem axle. So the drive will be on the first initial axle. The second axle, so the tag axle, the one at the back, will not be attached to the axle. To the prop shaft. That is going to be a roller tag axle. Suspension setup is going to be two pairs of coilovers, but the rear coilovers are going to sit at about 20%. 80% on the front tandem axle and 20% on the rear. What this does is it basically means that the rear wheel is touching the road enough, or the surface enough to turn, but it's not touching the tarmac enough to grip when you are going around a corner. This in turn brings the steering back on board, so we don't have to worry about that. I did consider the route of going air suspension so that the rear wheel could be lifted up for pre-race burnouts or anything like that. However, I feel like the air suspension would ruin the look of the truck and the build. It's not particularly pretty. There's a lot of pipe work. You've got to have a compressor and all that sort of stuff, and it takes it away from being a raw, mean hot rod build, basically. So come away from that idea. There's a loads of stuff in here. I plan to use the Mustang 2 front end. There's a few reasons to that, but the most important reason is that you can literally buy brand new the entire setup, and all you have to do is weld it in, right? And that solves a lot of problems on the front end. It's a very good setup. It's a very generic hot rod setup as well. I did consider using a Jag front end, but I feel like the Mustang will be better, right? Rear axle, I'm looking at a Ford 9-inch rear axle. Tag axle will be, I'm going to have to fabricate that. I'm going to have to make that as I go along. Onto the power, I plan to use a Ford Big Block 460 with a automatic C6 transmission, the 385 series. So that will bolt straight onto the 460 block. That will provide a hell of a lot of power. I don't know exactly power because obviously this isn't going to be a standard engine. I'm looking at pro charging it, etc., etc., and I don't actually know the specifics of what it's going to produce, but I do know that it's going to be absolutely ridiculous and have a ridiculous amount of torque, which will literally rip the road up. There is a hell of a lot more information written down here, and there's just pages upon pages upon pages of information. I'm not going to bore you anymore with the details, right? All you need to know is that I can build you a one of one, absolutely insane 6x2 Model A hauler, and it will blow people's minds. Not only that, it will have an incredible price tag, a retail tag of well into the six figures. It's going to be a fucking impressive truck. So if you are interested in getting involved, investing in this sort of concept build, I mean, I have lots of other concepts as well. So it's not just this idea. I just wanted to utilize this opportunity to actually announce that we do this. So if you are interested in a concept build and you want to have a look through what I've got, please feel free to contact me via the website. If you go onto the website, www.gunslingerspeedshop.co.uk, and click on contact, you can fill out an inquiry form and then we can have a chat. There is so much that can be done when someone has got such a crazy, messed up imagination. And I've sat there my entire life drawing custom cars, and I've kept all the drawings because one day I would love to build all of them. But this can't happen without clients like you. So if you are interested, please feel free to contact me. We can have a chat, look at options and different ideas that we've got, and we can move forward. I'm going to stop boring you with information now. If you are interested, hit me up and we'll have a chat. Thanks for watching to the end. Don't forget to subscribe, especially if you want to see these things get built. Like, share, comment, every little helps. And I will leave that there. Thank you very much for watching, and much love. A toodle bit. See you in a bit.